Hey guys, it is Saturday. I'm here at Motion. We picked up the Nova and we are headed down to Redline Performance. We're gonna throw a quick tune in the Nova so that we're battle ready for Rocky Mountain Race Week. Typically this is something we do ourselves, but our good buddy Matt Bell, if you're not familiar with him, check out his LDR car here. He has consistently one of the fastest LDR cars and tuned some of the fastest Holly cars in the country, along with some of our other friends, but he's real close and he just got this new hub dyno, so I thought it'd be really cool to iron things out on the hub dyno before we headed to the track next Sunday. We won't get a track day between now and then, so we figured that'd be the closest thing to getting on the track. And we'll have a good tune-up so we can at least just go out and start tuning to the track rather than tuning the car from scratch. So we will head there and see how things go, and if they go good, then we should be all ready to strap it in, load it up, because we'll be headed to Cletus and Cars, and when we get back from there, we are just going to grab the trailer and head right down to Colorado. And I drug Andy along because figured he would be enjoy it and be a good help, and he's gonna be my co-pilot, so if this thing doesn't run right, he has to deal with it. All right guys, we are in Bloomington, Illinois at Redline Motorsports. It's like race car heaven here. Matt has an X275 car and an Ultra Street car and an LDR car, and they tune all kinds of cars here in the Midwest. And they just got a new mainline hub dyno, which is really cool. That was one of the allures to bringing a car down here, because you can kind of, a lot of people know what the hub dyno can do. Mimics different environments a little bit better than a chassis dyno, because you don't have to worry about tire slip and all that, so you can really kind of tune it in without worrying about tire slip. So we'll do a little walk around and then hopefully get right into tuning, and with any luck we'll have some good results and be headed back home to go through everything a little bit and move on to Rocky Mountain Race Week. So what they do is they unbolt the wheels that are on the car, and they bolt these little hubs Clint's working on here, and then you basically marry that to the hub dyno and bolt it up. That takes the tires out of the equation, so you don't have to worry about tire slippage. And then there's various jacks they got under the car and in the front.
He breaks them all.
Yeah, well. So we're gonna verify timing before we get to making some pulls on here. That way we're comfortable about how much overall timing we're running, and then we'll go ahead and get tuning. This is Matt. Matt owns Redline, and there's a tuner, and Brian and Cowboy Clint. Whole crew's here today. just did the first pull. We're taking it easy, just kind of working our way up at 7,100 RPM, which I normally ship about 8,500 in the Nova. On 10 pounds of boost, 10.5 pounds of boost, it made about 911, cutting it off early. So pretty much probably at 8,500 will be a little over 1,000 horsepower on 10 pounds of boost. So thing's an animal. It's coming around. We're gonna go ahead and make another pull here in just a minute. Just reviewing logs, putting new ice in it, everything like that. So, so far so good. So that last pull was on 22 pounds of boost. It's basically, it went right to 1339. It's tracking about 40 horsepower per pound of boost, which is really good. So still climbing. We're just gonna keep adding power to it. Well, Matt's going to. He's way smarter than I am. The madman. Pull, it made 1429, and the pull before it made 1339. Yeah. We added 2 pounds of boost and it made almost 90 horse, or it made right at 90 horsepower more. So yeah, those turbos are really starting to come alive. Can you show us on the plugs?
Yeah, so we're just looking at the heat and the timing marks to see where they're at on the plugs. One of the cylinders was hotter than the other. We're going to add some fuel to it. Take a little timing out of it.
Make it safe and happy.
Safe and happy.
So we're back down to like nitrous world, where you're pulling plugs out, checking timing, looking at heat. Even though you have wide bands, you know, a good tuner like Matt is actually going to go back to what the real evidence, because having one wide band on 4 cylinders doesn't tell you the full tale of what's going on. You might have a cylinder that's like super happy and one that's not so happy. So we're gonna make some adjustments and go from there. Alright guys, so it just made 1516 horsepower and 1420 foot-pounds. I'll show you on the screen. Where are we at here? Right there, the yellow. Right at 7,000 RPM. We're going to call that good for the day, because we've never pushed LT block further than that, and we're really just trying to accomplish our goal at Rocky Mountain Race Week. It's still picking up like 90 horsepower for every 2 pounds of boost that we're putting in it. So we think these 76, 75s are just starting to come alive here. And Matt here seems to think we can push them like to 40 pounds someday.
I think we can make 2,000 or better.
2,000 horsepower or so on this thing. Who knows if the block will hold it, but maybe at the end of the year, as things come around and we get closer to the point of being done with racing, we'll see what it'll do. But for now, we're gonna leave it at that, because it'll go plenty fast then. So because the main line has this option, and because Matt wants to see us go down to Rocky Mountain and do really well right off the bat, we're going to do basically an imitation pass at the track. So he's going to put it on the trans brake, and then he's got the electric shifter all set up and everything, and the boost controller. So he's going to put it on the trans brake, let off, and then it's going to go through both gears and then kill it at the end of the track. So after this pull here, hopefully we have a representative pass that we can make first day out without many changes and go from there. So a big shout out to Matt, Clint, Brian, and the guys at Redline. We're going to be ready to go for Rocky Mountain Race Week. This thing's running good and safe. We've caught a couple hot cylinders, turned them down, so nothing too out of control, and I feel pretty good about the tune that's in it. As far as we want to go 7 seconds every day, we got a car that makes plenty of horsepower to do it, and thanks to Redline for letting us use their dyno, and Matt's brain power for getting it all sorted out for us, because it's kind of a strange combo. So we're wrapped up here, and we were just talking, and it sounds like a sales pitch, but takeaway is like, dude, we learned so much today on this thing.
For sure.
You know, with the tracks not being open, this was our only real shot before Rocky Mountain Race Week. So, like, what did we find from? 2 leaks.
2 leaks.
Pin that was bent over.
Yep.
You got the shifter set up. Boost control
stuff set up. I mean, the amount of time you can save on a dyno not making trips to the track, it makes it worthwhile. I mean, not only do you find out what power you're making, which is only a number, I get that,
yeah.
but it's
close. It's close. Representative. And you know, we were in an environment where we could pull the plugs on the hot cylinders, see it, not be sweating our butt off. We have all our tools here. We're not waiting on like a 4-hour track rental. Yeah. So like that could have taken 3 track rentals today, because you start, you make a pass and all that stuff, and there's a lot going on. Like, it's invaluable to be here at the dyno. So definitely suggest it. If you guys are in the Midwest, definitely should come to Matt. If you want to cross the country, definitely do that too.
Exactly.
Yeah, we got hotels here. But, definitely appreciate it, man. Like, this is probably the difference between this car going out and being successful day one and kind of looking like a
wish you the
ball.
best of luck.
Thanks, man.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it. We have enough fuel.
Yeah, we got plenty.
Okay.
Actually, I'll switch it over to pump gas real quick. You already locked that, Andy? I'm gonna switch her back to pump gas streetcar mode. Move these 2 ball valves. Race gas, pump gas. I'll close that off, turn that on. And then change the returns. We don't care if we get a little bit of race gas returned into the pump gas here. So now she's back in streetcar mode. So we're gonna go take it on a street cruise real quick, just to make sure, you know, Matt wants to send us off with it running really good on the street too, because that's the biggest portion of this whole deal. So we'll see how it runs and we'll be back.